Good morning. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson. I want to thank you for welcoming me into your home on this beautiful Saturday morning. It's been a phenomenal week. As you know, I'm the founder of Minnie's Food Pantry, and today's show is an incredible show because it's a show that we are celebrating. Myself and my staff, we are here to celebrate 8 years of Minnie's Food Pantry serving the community. And what makes it so special is because you're the ones that helped us get to where we are. And so I just want you to, if you're in bed, then just get up underneath the covers. And if you're not, get you a cup of coffee and enjoy what you have helped us create by way of Minnie's Food Pantry. And before we start talking about Minnie's Food Pantry and how far we've come, I also want you to put a couple of dates down. On April the 16th, I want you to look on my Facebook page. It's Cheryl Action Jackson. Go to my Facebook page and join me April the 16th for a brunch at New Life Community Church. April the 16th, I'm calling all mothers and daughters. It is limited seating. I know we almost have 200 people, and I know there's limited seating. So please check on my Facebook page and see if you can get in. It's free. It's brunch. I will be speaking about living your life, living a life of purpose, and how to take action with your life. And then on April the 23rd, please join me at Barnes & Noble, where my dear friend Katrina McGee, she will be hosting a book signing at Barnes & Noble on Park in Preston, Saturday, April the 23rd. And if you follow me on Facebook, everything that I say to you will also be posted on my Facebook page, Cheryl Action Jackson, or you can tweet at me at Cheryl Action, and I will give you more information. But enough of that. I want to talk about Minnie's Food Pantry. 8 years we have been in the community serving over 300,000 people, over 4 million meals, and we are growing. And so today I asked my staff to join me for this special show. And really all month long, I will be having friends, family, staff, board members, and our sponsors that have helped us get to where we are join us. And so if you're one of those people, log on to Minnie's Food Pantry on Facebook, find Minnie's Food Pantry, and tell us some of your favorite moments at Minnie's Food Pantry. So to my right is my board of directors. It's Erica Simon.
Director of Operations.
Oh, my board of directors. Okay, you're right. She was on the board of directors at the very beginning. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
But now she's always been director of operations.
Good morning.
Good morning. And then to my left is Lynette Schaffner. What is your title at Minnie's now?
I am the director of the pantry.
Yay! Yes. So I don't get it wrong. Yeah. And then to the far left is Zoya Jackson. What is your relationship to Minnie's Food Pantry? What do you do there?
I am the executive assistant.
Yes, and so I just wanted us to all be together because this is just a special show for us. We are embarking up on, well, by the time you see this, we will have reached the 1 year anniversary, and actually, if you see 8 year anniversary, my God, what is happening?
I think we were having too much fun earlier before we got started.
It's the 1st of April. Okay, there you go.
Yes.
So if you're watching,
it feels like it's the first year because we've been having so much fun.
It does. Well, I think it feels like the first year too because everything is so new. I mean, when we started in the first year, we were just trying to figure out and plow our ways through how we would do Minnie's Food Pantry. And so every single day was something different. I think that's one of the good things about Minnie's and one of the bad things. If you're not used to change, then it's a bad thing. Don't come to Minnie's Food Pantry because we change it a lot. But it's always changing for the better. And so when we started off at Minnie's Food Pantry, we had 2 cans of corn. We had a wish to feed the hungry, and we wanted to give them healthy meals. And what happened?
Well, I always get asked, what's the 2 cans of corn about?
Yeah.
What's that story?
Well, the real can of corn story, if you want to know the corn story that's on our wall, it's about Lynette Schaffner. Do I tell the story? Or do you?
I don't tell the story.
Well, Lynette will never tell the story.
Ain't nobody tell it like you can tell it.
So my family, as we were growing up, all of us have really experienced a moment in our lives where we didn't have. And I don't know if you have never experienced that, and then you're very blessed. And may I invite you to log on to minniesfoodpantry.org and donate to help those who have experienced it. But we have all experienced a moment in our lives where we needed something as simple as our next meal. And for the can of corn story that Erica's referring to, when you come into our office, there is a can of corn that's in a container, in a frame. And it was framed because my sister Lynette to my left, I was at her house, and we were talking, and I said I was hungry. And she said, well, go get something to eat. And I walked into her cabinets, and when I opened them up, the only thing that was there was a can of corn.
I ain't gonna cry with you.
I'm not going to cry. It was a can of corn. And when I saw that can of corn, I closed it up, but in the other room, Lynette was just talking to me like everything was fine, and she has 3 kids, and and she didn't even. When I walked back around the corner, I'm thinking to myself, do you know all you have in there is a can of corn, and you just told me to go get something to eat. And so I went home, and it bothered me, and I talked to my husband about it, and I said, my sister, she only had a can of corn in her house, and my husband looked back at me. He said, but you know what? I bet if I asked her for it, she would give it to me. Would you give your last? I don't know. That's something for you to answer. And so my husband called my sister, and he said, hey, sister-in-law, he said, I'm hungry. And he said, I need something to eat. And she said, I got you covered, brother-in-law. And she came to church, and she brought this can of corn. She took it to my mother's, and she gave it to my mother. My mother said, Cheryl, Lynette has something for you. What my sister did not know was that we had a small savings of $500. And my husband said, if she brings the corn, then can I give her our savings? And I said, yes. And so she brought the can. She gave the can of corn.
Most expensive can of Del Monte corn.
It was. It really. Talk about it.
Well, for me, I think every time I hear the story, it does bring tears to my eyes because I didn't really consider myself as a person in need. That's not how we were raised. And so there was always someone who was going to be worse off than our situation or going through more, maybe somebody with more children who needed to spread that can of corn to 7 instead of my 3. And so when brother-in-law asked for the can of corn, it was kind of like, okay, I can bring you a can of corn. But I didn't know the blessing that God had tied to that can of corn. And not only did you and brother-in-law give me $500, but the church, I think, raised $500 for me also. And I think for me, the personal part of that is that we were getting ready to go to Jasper to do a Helen's House giveaway. We were going to feed people in Jasper right after that big thing that they had going on with the guy that was murdered down there. We were going to bring peace to that community through food. Yeah, and so I was saying I don't have money to be able to pay for my hotel to go with the church, and that was where my focus was, not necessarily on food. And I think why I love Minnie's and being at Minnie's so much is that we don't want people to be walking around thinking about the focus of their life should be on, can I feed someone or can I feed my children? But the focus on their life should be on whatever goals that they have set for themselves and whatever they want to obtain. Minnie's allows us to be able to offer that help to them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And so we went from giving out cans of corn and having a dream of, okay, what can we give people? What can we make? How can we make them feel special? We don't want to just be an ordinary pantry that hands you a loaf of bread or pizza.
Right.
We want to give you complete meals. And we started off with just, canned vegetables. People were donating, but they were donating expired food.
Right.
They were donating things that they just really didn't want. And we didn't want to be the pantry that says, bring everything and we'll give it away. We said, bring your best. Well, if you were at home today and you didn't have anything in your pantry and you had to go to a food pantry, what would you want to receive? Now, if you have stuff in your food pantry, whatever your answer is, that's what you should be donating to a food pantry or someone that you can help. Give what you want to receive. And so we want to be able to give meat. We want to give out vegetables, but in the beginning, eggs. But in the beginning, we didn't have that. We started with little. A lot of people are always saying, how do I make something really big? You start small. Small things turn into big things. And so we started talking, and we had peanut butter for protein.
Right, we had peanut butter. And so what you just said, we started out small, we started out little, but we started out wanting to give the best.
Right.
And so we just continued to build on that. And even though we did get some donations from different people in food drives, if it wasn't good quality food, if it wasn't something that you and I would eat, we didn't give it out.
Right.
Because we wanted them to feel important when they came to our food pantry. And so we gave them good quality food. And we did start out with peanut butter as the protein.
Yes.
We were excited about that.
We were so happy with peanut butter.
Yes. And then we graduated to
tuna. And then I'm gonna flip to this video, and this is what happened. And this day right here really kind of set the tone for who Minnie's Food Pantry is. Matt, will you show this video? It was amazing. Steaks.
How much is that steak, Maria? $45 filet mignon is what she has in her hand. Can you cook that? Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're glad we could give it to you at Minnie's Food Pantry. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and don't forget the Angus part too.
Yeah, that's right. That's good.
When we
Love
received
it.
steaks and real meat at Minnie's Food Pantry, when I tell you we were doing a happy dance, we were doing a happy dance because our dreams were coming true. It was no
Yes.
longer just, and we gave peanut butter and tuna with the
With the
steak.
meat,
But we gradually began to give the meats, and our voice started to become heard, not just at where we were sitting, but all across the world. People were saying, you know what, who is this Minnie's Food Pantry and what are they doing?
Right.
How are you feeling about that?
I feel that video, that was our first location that
I know,
we had.
and that steak was $53, by the
Yeah,
way. I've
yeah.
never eaten a $53 steak from the grocery
It was
store.
a high quality cut of
Yeah,
meat.
it was.
So that just goes to see how we continue to give good quality food. So when I seen that video, it just reminded me that we were so excited to give out meat to our families that came in. And now, how many meats are we giving them now, Lynette?
4 in a bag.
4 in a bag.
4.
I saw on Facebook the other day where you had said we were giving out 93
93
3
pounds
of
of
food.
food.
And then what happens, Zoya?
And one of the clients commented on the Facebook page and said, "Will you be giving out 93 pounds tomorrow?"
Yeah, and then
Doesn't that make you feel special?
Nettie was like, yes,
Yes,
sure
we will.
will.
And so in the beginning, she's talking about 93 pounds of food. So imagine coming to a food pantry and walking out of that pantry with 93 pounds of food for your
Right.
family. Really, honestly, I don't even buy 93 pounds of food when I go
No.
shopping at the grocery
Right.
store for my own family. So that makes us feel so good. And then we said we had to give out fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So watch this video and see what happened. This is Cheryl Action Jackson. We are at Minnie's Food Pantry. What's the name of the company?
NTT Data.
And who are you?
I'm Steve Klein.
Steve, are you having fun?
Absolutely.
What are we
Great
doing?
opportunity.
Yes,
We're helping out at the pantry at
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Minnie's Pantry. You're welcome.
Look at what we're giving out today.
Fresh produce.
Fresh produce. Look at the pineapples and the oranges and tangerines and lettuce. Oh my gosh, only at Minnie's Food Pantry. This was my dream to give fresh produce, and look at what we're giving. It's fresh produce. Are you going to make the bags for me?
Yes, what do you want me to do?
I want you to put, everybody needs to get fresh produce, so we're going to put an assorted amount of produce in all of these bags so the families will be happy, all right? Okay. Let's get back to work. We're at Minnie's. Wish you were here. This is Cheryl Jackson signing up. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. And I noticed also that we were in our second location.
Second location.
So we started off in a
That's
little
right.
500 square foot building. We didn't even have the means to repair the building. There was no ceiling, no flooring, nothing. All there was a command from God just saying, feed the
Right.
people and treat them how you want to be treated.
Right.
And we moved from that 500 square foot building to what you just saw, that location, which was 3,000 square feet. And the community began to just embrace
Yes.
us. They began to love on us. They began to tell us, we get it, you know, and
Right.
that's all I want you to do is get it, that there's not a lot that you have to do, but you have to do something with your life. And maybe it's not you starting an organization, maybe it's you being a part of an organization. And we've had so many phenomenal volunteers
yeah.
and people who
Absolutely.
who we have impacted because of you. And I think one of the most incredible stories is the one of John Polly. I'm praying that you have that video.
Yeah,
Matt,
it
can
is.
you roll that video for me? This story
That's
right
it.
here will change your day and how you see what
Yeah.
you're going through. Watch this. This is Cheryl Jackson. I'm at Minnie's Food Pantry, and they say every bicycle has a story and every person also has a story. And I am here with Mr. John Polly. Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
John, I was sitting out here talking to someone, other family, and you came rolling up, and we are in Plano. Where did you come from?
I rode my bicycle all the way from downtown Richardson. It's about 10 miles one way, and I have no food. I've been out of work since 2009, and recently I've been going to every day to Labor Ready in Plano, which I ride my bike to also, and we're not even getting any work over there now. So I'm down to about 2 days a week over there, and with no money coming in and no food, it's just a complete dire situation for me. And I'm a 99er, as I was laid off and exhausted all my unemployment benefits. I also just turned 55 years old last week. And
Happy
I just could
birthday.
thank you so much. I appreciate that. It just seems to have gotten a lot worse, but I haven't lost my faith in God, and I pray every day that I make it. He got me up again today. I'm just grateful that I have another shot at it.
Yeah. Your spirit is so high, man. What, you've been to Minnie's Food Pantry before?
I have. You guys are a godsend. If it weren't for you, I'd be on the street right now. And I love every one of you.
Thank you. We love you too. We're here for you.
Thank you. God bless you. You did great work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Polly.
So John Polly, he actually, so Zoya and I went to his house just to check on him.
And what did you find, Zoya, at his house?
It's
John Polly, he had the two-liter bottles of soda. He had them stacked up to the ceiling all over his house. He had no water, no electricity. He would use the water in the liters to take baths, to drink, to feed his dog. No food. Just, you wouldn't have believed it if you just heard the story. You would have had to see it. So.
Yeah. And he would go behind, I think, a Target or Walmart store to fill up those 2-liter bottles of water. But his spirits, he was so positive. Just like in the video, he was consistent on how he was just uplifted and always seen a brighter day. And we actually invited him to our gala.
Absolutely.
And he was the spotlight of our event.
Yeah, he got a job.
He did.
That's the beautiful thing about the people at Minnie's Food Pantry is that we didn't leave them and we don't leave them how they came. When John Polly came, he came to us in a bicycle. He, like he said, he rode 10 miles on a bicycle to come get a meal. But when he got there and told us that story, we put his bicycle in our van and we filled up our van with food and we drove him back home with his bicycle. And John Polly now has a job now.
Yeah.
You know, he is back on his feet. And that's what I want you to understand is that the people that we serve, when you think of the hungry, don't think of someone just that one that's on the side of the road that has that sign that says we'll work for food. Our goal was to let you understand that there are people hungry that may be sitting right next to you. I was hungry. My sister was hungry. I don't know if you've experienced hungriness or not, but if you look into the eyes are the mirror to the soul. If you look into the eyes of the people and ask them, what can I do for you? That's what we do at Minnie's Food Pantry. And for John Polly, we literally changed his life. We changed his mental capacity of who he was, how he felt. That man cried like
He
a
did.
baby.
And
Well, we cried with him.
And he sends Christmas cards every year to this day.
Yes.
because we're family.
Yeah, and he continued. He just was overwhelmed on how we treated him, how we embraced him, and we was genuinely concerned about his well-being.
Absolutely.
And like you said, when he did come to our gala that year, we celebrated him, and other people in the room did as well. And someone that was attending the gala offered him a job.
Right.
And that's where he started working.
Boom. And we've got
From
a
there.
lot of great stories
Yes.
about people meeting people at the pantries and getting jobs at the pantries. What we love about the food pantry is that we're family both ways. The people who serve in terms of volunteers, the corporations, the groups, the schools, the teachers, the people who serve, we're family, and the people that we serve are families. And so when we open up the doors, how do we talk to these people?
Like their family with respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we get in trouble for not speaking with people with respect.
How do you get in trouble?
Because if you get heard saying something wrong or the wrong way, I mean, our director and board is like out there, like, what did you say? How was you treating them? Did you not open that door? Did you not push that door? So we have learned. I mean, but it makes you better. I say to people when we open up and we're introducing Minnie's to our volunteers, we become the very best parts of humanity because we get to show people what dignity is and how to treat people with respect.
Oh, that's beautiful.
really
That's
good.
beautiful. And one of the other things that we do too at Minnie's Food Pantry is, we dance.
We dance.
I'm telling you, I don't know if you know how to dance, but if you can't dance,
I don't know how to dance.
We don't. And you know what? One of the highlights for me was when the cast of Fela with Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child, when they came and they danced. Watch this. It was pretty cool.
All right, come on, let's dance. While we serving, we at Minnie's Food Pantry with the cast of Fela. What you got, Michelle? They working it at Minnie's. It ain't been like this before at Minnie's. It's never been like this at Minnie's. Wow. Oh my goodness. We never had a dance routine like that at Minnie's. Oh my. It's happening. Here we go. The cast of Fela is serving at Minnie's. And the song is What Have You Done For Me Lately? I tell you, we serving and feeding the hungry.
when Phelan and that cast said that they were coming, first of all, that was amazing all
Right.
within itself. And then to have Michelle Williams come in, you know, and be a part of it. And you
Dance.
saw how they were dancing. I mean, we be asking people to dance all the time, but I know that group, nobody's going to beat the cast of Phelan. What do you think?
I don't know. I think last week we gave it a pretty good shot in the.
What did y'all do last week?
Well, we had a little group that came in, and this woman, I said, Cheryl always leaves a message because on the wall it says, let's dance, let's sing, presentation is everything. And so I was telling them, I said, now she's going to be dancing. I mean, she's going to be looking. I said, in her office, that camera right there, she can see you. Don't make her call me and tell me that no one's dancing. So this woman started spinning in the floor and decided to do a dance.
Oh, wow.
So that encourages people to dance. As soon as I point at that camera and go, can Cheryl see you? Because she's got us on her phone, too. Even if she's not here, she can check and see what's going on, and so they'll dance for you.
That is
I
phenomenal.
love it. I
That's
love it.
phenomenal.
We had a fraternity.
Oh, that was a good
You
one.
remember that?
That
We
was
did.
good. I
So
do.
they came, you know, each group come with their own style of dance. I don't think anyone could keep up with Fela.
Right.
But they did their little, you know, stump.
The step dance.
Yeah.
You
Cheryl,
know how to do it.
Cheryl did it.
I was there for that day, and I'm not sure if Cheryl did it or if Cheryl did.
Look, we'll show the video in the upcoming weeks. We will show the video, and I'm sure
Yeah,
my
that
audience
was really
will agree with me
good. That was
I did
really
it.
fun. I think, and back in the video with NTT Data that came and volunteered, they're still coming today.
That's amazing.
A lot of our corporate organizations that come and volunteer, they consistently want to come and make sure that their new employees experience what it's like at Minnie's Food Pantry as well. So we have a lot of great volunteers that come in and support Minnie's Food Pantry. One of them asked me before they came, because in our little invite to volunteer, it was like, it's going to be singing and dancing. He was like, well, can you elaborate on that? We have to sing. I said, once you get there, you won't have to, but you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is the culture that we have created at Minnie's Food Pantry over the past 8 years, is that, you know, yes, we're feeding the hungry and we understand our mission and what we're supposed to do, but we have just created a place and a space to do it in a unique way. It's
Yeah.
an experience, you know, and I think when you walk in and you see the looks on people's faces before and after, especially if they've come for the first time, it is something that I don't think that I could document in writing. I think you have to actually feel it. You have to feel the emotions of the people. You can look into the mother's eyes and you can see the hurt and the pain, but then when they walk out, there's joy, and they're looking in the baskets that what we give to them, and they're excited about what they receive.
I think one of the things for me is that I've never walked into your house or Mom's house, Eric's or Darius's, these two, Zoya, Erica, and ever thought about, can I go to the refrigerator, get something to eat? We kind of just have an open door policy when people walk in. And the same way that I'm not embarrassed to come to your house and decide I'm not only eating here, but I will take something because you have something that's really great out of your house with me, is how people feel when they come to Minnie's.
Yeah.
We have made it be such a family place that when they come in, there's no reason for you to be embarrassed. There's no reason for you to look to see if you know someone is watching you, or you're free to express, you know, that happy that you got the ribs, or you're happy you got that honey baked ham, and you're happy that, you know, what bread they have. And then when those things come rolling out, and the extras that we can give away and the special things that we put in those boxes really does make people want to hug you, want to say, you know, thank you, because you haven't made them think anything about like what the situation that they're in, but basically I came over to get a meal from a friend.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And where can you go when you're at a food pantry and you have concierge services? I think one of the big moments for me was when Starbucks was actually volunteering, and one of the corporate leaders at Starbucks was there, and the lady stopped right in front of him. There was a basket, and she looked down the basket and she started crying. And I asked her, I said, why are you crying? And she said, because I used to afford Starbucks and now I can't anymore. And here you are giving me this coffee. And since then, I mean, Starbucks is really just, I mean, they've embraced
us,
who we are and what we're doing.
Absolutely.
I saw a news release where it says Starbucks was going to start donating all of their uneaten food, unused food, you know, to food pantries and food banks. And I was thinking to myself, they've been doing that.
I'm like,
when did this memo come
that's
out?
not news for us. They've been doing it for us.
Exactly, and I think that speaks
that's a
to.
blessing.
I think that speaks to the team here.
Yeah.
So I have to say thank you to the team, because when we are working together, no matter who you're standing next to, you are really just they're connecting with you. You know, and if you don't have people surrounding you, when you talk about living your life and living a life of passion and dreams, if you don't have people surrounding you, that when you walk away, the mission, the vibe, the feel, everything is still the same, then you got to recheck your team because you won't be successful. And so I had to have my team here to say, you know, I had to have you here to say thank you because no man is an island and no man can do this alone, you know. And for us, you know, I remember the cars. We have big trucks now, but we didn't have trucks when we started off. We had 5 and 6 cars that we were driving almost 40 miles to go to the food bank to go get food to hope and hope that we would get good food, you know, because people would donate and we had to go through that food. But for people to follow us, literally, I mean, some people thought we were crazy. We started this April Fool's Day, April the 1st. So I said, either the joke is going to be on me because I was wrong, or it's going to be on the people who said nobody was hungry. And I'm blessed to say that it wasn't on me because we done fed over 300,000 people and counting. And on April the 2nd, which is today, Saturday, where you're watching this, we will have opened up, you know, our second location, and we are going into the Bronx, New York City, and we are opening up a food pantry in the Bronx High School. And the next show, if you will watch it, will be about us moving and expanding Minnie's Food Pantry. And who would have thought that we would be putting a red carpet in the Bronx High School? The Bronx High School and a red carpet doesn't even make sense, does it?
Not at all.
No.
It's an oxymoron.
It really is. It really is. But it takes dreams and it takes visions and it takes collaboration, you know, and it takes somebody wanting to change these kids' lives. And the woman said that they opened up and they served. And what was the kids' reaction?
They were just really happy, and they were just really sincerely appreciative of Minnie's. They couldn't believe that someone in Texas cared about them in the Bronx.
Never met them. Never seen their faces.
Yeah, don't know who they are, but we just, like you said, you identified the need and we met that need. And that's something we did consistently. Right. Whether it's we go to the day labor center and deliver bags to the homeless and deliver bags. You got to show that video.
Oh my God.
And to our apartment complexes that cater to the senior citizen, disabled, and vets, going there every month. And that's what I love about Minnie's, is that we have that opportunity to do that.
Yeah, we do. And I just have to say, you know, before we go off the air, that I want to say just thank you to each and every one of you who have, whether you've given your time, you know, by volunteering at Minnie's Food Pantry, whether you've given your voices. I have some people who volunteer with us that didn't have money, but we asked them to give their voice, and their voice brought back a check for $10,000 or $20,000. So wherever you're working at, could you ask your company to support Minnie's Food Pantry, or whether you've given $1 as we embark upon 8 years. If you've never supported us financially, will you log on to Minnie's Food Pantry? You see what we are doing. Let us be the hands that serve on your behalf, and you just sit back and watch the goodness of what $1, which provides 3 meals, can do. My name is Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson. I so thank you for inviting me into your home and letting me talk to you about my passion, Minnie's Food Pantry. Have a great weekend, and come to the pantry today. Yeah, today.